Alrighty, I have an exciting construction update for you guys today. So over here we have the official chosen company that is going to do the erecting of AlpenFury. It is Walters Group Incorporated. They operate both in Canada and the United States, and they have a lot of experience. So unfortunately, ES Fox did lose the contract, and Walter has gained the contract. So that's exciting. They have all their equipment and offices set up. Ready to go. The cranes are not on site, so I don't think it's starting like this weekend. There's obviously a holiday, a lot of holidays coming up, so I'm not quite sure of exactly when they're going to start. I am hearing that they are going to work 7 days a week with the potential to work overnights as well. I'm not like fully sure of how factual that might be. Again, broken telephone can break up some things, but that is what I'm hearing, that they're gonna be working 7 days a week, morning, afternoon, evenings, and overnights. There are overnight lights being dropped off on the site, so there is signs that that could be happening. Track shipments have started to arrive a lot more quicker, as you saw in that video. A lot more new pieces. The footing work is actually progressing a lot. They are essentially done. There is a couple more just drying, as you see right there under the orange tarp. Just a last minute couple of footings drying. They're doing a lot of landscaping now, moving around soil. So there is, in fact, no more footings left to do. I think in total, if I was to take like an ultimate guess, if there were more footings to do based off of this one area that I can't film, there are 4 footings outside that need to be done. 2 that were already done caisson wise, but they're sitting there waiting to progress further. And I'll show you guys those when I move over to the brake run area. So that's a little interesting that those have not been turned into footings yet. Obviously, there's been something that has happened with one of them. The rebar looks really bent up, so they might have to dig that up and redo that, which is obviously going to slow construction down now, especially since it's getting really cold. We have about a -12 day today, feeling like -20. That's going to really mess up that soil to do new caissons. But yeah. Outside of that, there are obviously still caissons and footings to do for the launch inside the mound, but I can't begin to predict that. But this is the area. These are the 2 caissons that have not progressed into footings. As you can tell, they look a little wonky, so I don't know if they're going to progress into footings or if they're going to be dug up and redone. Inside the mound, that giant hole, about 6-foot hole inside the mound, has footings in there. You can see it's tarped up. There's electrical coming up out of that area. You'll see in another shot here in a second. It's kind of hard to film in there, again, to get the specific angles of where the footings are and where the transfer track / storage track is going to go. But there is about a 6-foot hole with footings inside there. And electrical, as you can see there, you can see some of the electrical coming up. So that area that I'm filming currently, that black wiring coming up, the giant tubes there, that is actually where the electrical building for the ride is going to go for the launch. So that's the area. The track is going to be kind of where that pylon was, and then over to the left of that is going to be where the storage and transfer track is. Woo! Okay, a lot to cover. So they have officially closed off this area of the mountain area. So the area where AlpenFury is going to go, it's closed off. We are preparing for your future enjoyment. Please see alternate routes, Elf Village. Please use the international bridge, blah, blah, blah. You got to go around it. The sign is on either end, which you'll see. No sign of vertical construction in this area. They are done the caissons for the station area. So the caissons for the station building and exit building and all the platforms are all done. So that's good. They got that done before, this cold weather has set in. The reason they might be closing this area off is because vertical construction is about to begin, and they're going to need a lot of heavy equipment in there that they're not going to want to move in and out. When the crane gets set up, it gets put on cinder blocks with those little kind of like clamps that come out, the 4 clamps that come out of either side of it. they're not going to want to move that in and out. And then they need some room to store some track pieces. And if you look at this area, it's big enough to hold some track pieces. So obviously you can't have guests moving around. Winterfest is also going to be open almost daily outside of the holidays. So it was time to close off this area to make way for the crane and some track pieces to be stored as vertical starts. Now, again, from what I am hearing, you are going to see this coaster rapidly be built. They have a large crew. And they have a pretty good plan in place to get this coaster up and moving. So as long as track pieces keep arriving at a rapid rate that they have started to, we should see this coaster get erected pretty quickly. So fingers crossed, everyone. This is a really good sign. The company they have chosen is a really good sign as well. They come with a lot of experience building a lot larger projects than just coasters. So fingers crossed that they can pull this off. Outside of that, as you can see, the building for AlpenFury Station is going to be pretty large and come out towards this area, but that is more so the gift shop / exit area of AlpenFury. Now, headed over to Leviathan, this is a very large project. Wonderland has spent a really big penny working on Leviathan. The sprocket at the top of the lift hill is brand new. The bottom is getting completely renovated. The transmission, the engine, essentially right there. The chain is going to get redone. It's a really expensive job. It's almost a complete overhaul of the lift hill, and I kind of fully expect a paint job might come along with it, because if you look at the lift hill from the Jane side or Major Max side, it's kind of decrepit in terms of paint. But yeah, it's really exciting. It's a really major job. And when you look at how much money is being spent at Wonderland this offseason, it's a lot. And this isn't even the surface. You're going to see a lot more things happening at Canada's Wonderland. It's really exciting. Definitely keep an eye out. Wonderland is focusing on theming and elevating areas of the park that need it. So it's just really exciting. And stay tuned. Have a good one, guys. See you in the next update. Bye.